Hey, this is Prometheus giving you another full scheme breakdown. I'm rolling with the RAMS playbook, and I'm going to break down the weak close formation. This is a nice little complement to a strong close formation that you might be running. It's just another set of plays. Now, in the audibles, the set audibles with this formation is going to be stick, power O, bench switch, and then play action, power O. Two of which have an auto motion, which will fake the power O play or some kind of a play action play. What I like to do if I have a custom playbook, I'm going to go ahead and I'll change out the bench switch and the stick. But for you guys that play MUT, I'll actually break down the stick play and the bench switch quickly for you so you can leave those schemes in and incorporate the other plays as far as your play calling if you're just going to come out of the weak close formation. What I like to exchange the stick for is the spacing play, and for bench switch, what I like to do is I like to use the flanker drive play. So let's go into the running plays and my first set that I like to use. All right, so in the plays, the running plays that we have for the weak close out of the RAMS playbook is the halfback gut, and then the other play is the inside zone, and then actually one of my standard audibles, which is the motion power O. So I'm actually going to be able to, I'm going to select from halfback gut or an inside zone. Halfback gut is really good because you don't have to flip the play. You're not going to give any kind of a read or any kind of a tell against your opponent. So that's going to be the base run that we're going to go with. And for this formation, I'm just going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to flip the formation just so it just gives a different look to your opponent, and it's going to take them longer to register what you're doing because the scheme is flipped, and it's going to show, it's going to be showing to the right opposed to the left as it's flipped. Now I'm running this play against random plays. So basically with the play, what I'm going to do is, depending on how the defensive line, if I've got most of my defenders just lined up right over all my players, I'll just pitch the line, and I'm going to run right upside the tackle right there, and I'll take a 4 or 5 yard gain anytime with an inside run. Now, if I've got the defensive line actually offset to the left of the formation, what I'll do is I'll take my pass protection, I'll slide right, and what's going to happen is that defensive tackle, number 72 on the right side, is actually going to come out and go over and block that outside linebacker, which he does right there. And as you can see right there, he almost got the hole and picked it up. Conversely, what I can do is I can go ahead and flip the play and take my tight end and actually go ahead and put him on and out, and as you can see right there, I was able to pick up some pretty good yards. All right, so the next play would be the power O, and basically what I would do is I've got a pulling guard on this play set, and I've got an auto motion with the fullback. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go ahead and run right off of the tackle and the tight end. Hopefully I'll be able to go ahead and get a nice little gain right here. And as you can see, the blocking is really good right there. I was able to go ahead and pick up a good yards. And if your opponent you start hitting him with a hurry-up offense, you can always just go ahead and flip the play, do the auto motion off to the right, and hopefully you get the blocking right there. As you can see, if I would have swung it out a little bit further to the right, I'd be able to pick up a good play. So that's basically the run game. It's going to be either dives down the middle, or I'm going to flip the play, going the inside or outside with the power runs. But as you can see, it's a fairly effective running scheme that I'll have right there. So let's take a look at the first pass play. All right, so the first play we're going to break down is going to be spacing. This is the first pass play of this auto motion scheme. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to be looking to the flat. We're going to be making our reads from left to right. So I'm going to look at the flat first, then the hitch route by the tight end or by the wide receiver quick, and then my tight end over the middle, and then up top with the post route. What I like to do is take my most athletic tight end slash fullback slash second running back and put him at the fullback position. So with Cook, I exchange out Kendricks for the Rams, primarily because Cook has got 90 speed, 83 catch, and he's got a 62 run block. Now I'm losing a little bit on run block by pulling up the fullback, but the speed and the catching really makes a difference. So really what I'm going to be looking for is either press coverage or off coverage. Off coverage means I'm probably going to have some kind of a zone. In zone coverage, I'm going to look at the fullback immediately and see if he gets out there. If anybody follows him in a man coverage, then I should be able to hit quickly over the middle, or Kendricks over the middle too. So let's go ahead and run this play. And as you can see right there, the flat is wide open because my opponent actually puts defenders. All right, so we've got press coverage right here, most likely some kind of a man cover 2. So with that said, I'm probably going to be looking at quick because the defender will come out. And I pass lead down, able to pick up a good 5 yards right there. Got off coverage again, so we're going to go ahead and look to the fullback. Somebody's in the area, so I went ahead and dump it down to the tight end over the middle. And sometimes you can get the ball off over the middle for a big gain right there with Austin. So that's the first play. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, so the next play we're going to look at is flanker drive. And what's good about this is that the first play, the spacing, actually focuses a lot off of the left side of the field. This is actually going to focus off on the right side of the field. And that auto motion with Cook actually goes into an out and up, which is kind of like a wheel route. And that's actually a really unique play that really can cause your opponent fits if he doesn't pay attention to it. And you can hit him for a huge play with that auto motion with the fullback. But really the better reads on this is essentially going to be looking at the drag route by Quick, and then the deep in route or corner route with the tight end based on the coverage. Now, I like to make one adjustment on this. I like to streak up my wide receiver, Austin. He has got a little shake route stock, but I like to go ahead and streak up Austin because that's just another thing that my opponent's going to defend. So my reads are really going to be going from right to left. Now, if I want to provide myself some additional time, I can actually go ahead and block the running back just to provide 6 blockers for me. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at Quick. He's going to be my first read. I'm going to see if a defender actually comes down and comes against or comes with him on man coverage. Now, zone or man coverage, Quick is going to be wide open. He's running a drag route, and you can pretty much pop that consistently. If a defender actually comes down and tries to go after Quick, that means I've got man coverage, and I really have a choice of either Quick or Kendricks, my tight end, on those crossing routes. Kendricks is usually the smarter play because he's going to get inside position on his break to the outside. If it's zone coverage, I can actually go ahead and look for a play with Quick. Kendricks kind of falls into some yellow zones and some unique zones, so it's not necessarily the best read. And I can look at Cook into the zone coverage. So let's go ahead. I'm running random defenses right now, so I'm going to go ahead and run this once. Once again, my first read is going to be Quick, and as you can see right there, nobody's in the flat area. Pick up a good 7 or 8 yards. Now this is press coverage. So what I'm going to be looking at is going to be looking at Quick to see if I've got a defender that follows. If it is cover 2, Quick should be open to be able to hit that. If it is man, he's going to be wide open. And as you can see right there, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the flats with Quick quickly and pick those yards up. We got press coverage right here with a roll, most likely some kind of a blitz. And this is when you can take it up another level to be able to hit the tight end based on that coverage. We got off coverage right here. Now, if my opponent starts defending the sidelines, anticipating the drag and the crossing route with the tight end, I've got a streaking wide receiver I can hit right in the middle right there and really make them pay for that type of coverage. And finally, we've got that fullback route, and if my opponent actually starts throwing certain coverages, I can be able to pick up a good 10 yards with that, and it's just another harass play that he has to deal with. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next play. All right, so the last play we're going to be looking at is going to be play action power O, and this is really going to force your opponent to defend against the corner route with the tight end Kendricks, the flat off the left-hand side, and then we have a streaking wide receiver going down the middle, and then I've got a route coming over the backside in case I'm into zone coverage playing against his own coverage. Now, basically what I like to do is I like to go ahead and take Austin and put him on a deep in route, opposed to that that corner post route, primarily because this is going to develop quicker and allow me to make a read a lot quicker. So my reads are going to be the following. Look at Kendricks right away. I'm going to see if it's man coverage or zone coverage. If the zone falls into Kendricks' corner area, I'm going to try to get away from that. I'll dump the ball down to Cook. If it is man coverage, Kendricks generally will beat the man coverage off to the corner. I could do a pass lead to the outside and down to pick up an easy 10 or 15 yards. If it is zone coverage and I've got people flooding the area between Cook, Kendricks, and Quick, that means there's going to be a hole in the coverage and Austin should be wide open over the middle. Conversely, if it's man coverage with Austin, that in route, he's going to beat that man coverage fairly consistently, and I'll be able to pick up a good 10, 12, 15 yards or more on that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Once again, focusing on the tight end Kendricks. Able to go ahead and hit him on the outside and able to pick up some pretty monster yards right there, a good 25 yards in that play. Now we got press coverage right here. So most likely it is some kind of a man coverage. Once again, Kendricks should get a free release on that. Easy yards to pick up right there against man coverage. Got off coverage right here. Got some defenders in the area with Kendricks, but I've got the flat wide open, so you just got to take that dump down. Got off coverage. And you can see if you wait, if there's people in the area, you can hit the crossing wide receiver. So basically this is a breakdown that I would have for this particular offensive set if I would hit a custom playbook. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the MUT plays that you can leave, but these other two plays that I've interchanged in. Alright, so if you're a MUT player and you're forced to use the audibles that are in the playbook of St. Louis Rams, you can really use the stick play as just another harassment play. It really forces your opponent to just do some drastic things to stop it. So the way the stick play comes out, it comes out with a standard stock out route, and then we have a flat route by the fullback. What I like to do is I like to go ahead and audible my outside wide receiver Quick and put him on a hitch route, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my fullback and put him on a hook route, and he gets a little bit more depth based on the way the route's set up. Reads are really going to be to the left, to the right, and I can hit the hitches on either side against my opponent depending on what kind of play. The hitches on the left-hand side with the two hitches facing each other, it really confuses the defender. They don't know which way to go. Really, it's just an easy play to be able to pick up some good yards. And this is just a harassment route. It's so fast. Any kind of pressure that your opponent is going to put against you is never going to touch you because you're getting rid of the ball so quick, and because that other hitch is right there, it's going to mess up the defenders and the coverage. So really what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to put some kind of another manual defender over there, and even if you wait just a little bit, you can get rid of the ball to pick up some yards. So you could stagger the stick routes, get a little bit more depth. And if it's man coverage, you know you're going to be able to go ahead and hit those plays fairly quickly. And then on the right-hand side, I've got my fullback who's is going to be able to pick up some good yards with that stick route. And if I wanted to, I can always go ahead and hit the hitch route with my other wide receiver right there, pick up some pretty good yards. So this is going to be inside pass play. It's going to harass your opponent, and they're going to have a hard time defending against it. Now let's take a look at the final MUT. All right, so the final play we're going to look at is going to be bench switch out of the MUT scheme. And basically what I want to do is I'm really going to decide which area of the field I want to attack my opponent at. It's either going to be the right side or the left side. I think that with this particular play, I'd probably want to attack the right side because I've got that flat route by my tight end, and I've got an outside route. So really the adjustments that I would make on this play set is the following. I'd go ahead and take my wide receiver Quick and I'd put him in a slant route. So if depending on the coverages, if there's zone and I've got a couple people in the zone against Cook and Austin, I know I've got Quick coming over the middle to be able to pick that up. But I will take the flat with the fullback and be able to take those easy yards. Once again, I'm going to focus on the right-hand side of the field, take the flat. But if it is any kind of man coverage, you know the defender is really going to beat him off the line. And if I can't hit the corner, I'll take it. I'm going against probably the best corner in the game. Now conversely, I can go ahead and do the same reads off to the left-hand side. I've got that delayed route by the tight end, so that will protect me against some heat, but it lowers my reads. I don't have anybody that actually is going to help me defend, so it might be smarter to actually go ahead and put a flat audible in the flat and do a block and release with the tight end or with the fullback Cook if I wanted to focus on the left side of the field. So as you can see right there, I'm able to pick up some pretty good yards right there against man coverage. And against zone, I've got my guy going over the middle, able to pick up a good 10 yards. So I hope you like this scheme. This scheme is something, actually, I had an opponent that played me a few years back in Madden and used this weak close set with the auto motion with the fullback, and he destroyed me with it. What was unique about that set at the time, it actually had an auto motion with a pitch. And it made it very, very difficult to defend because the pitch really got outside and it really caused a lot of havoc against me. But when I saw that this scheme was in the St. Louis Rams playbook, I wanted to go ahead and break this out. If you are new to my channel, if it's the first time you've seen me break down schemes, I do want to let you know I run this scheme in a full game later this week, so you can see how effective this scheme is. So the great thing about my breakdown and some of the channels, the way I do my channel, is that you can see how effective a scheme is and how ineffective what my opponent does to make adjustments, and if I make adjustments accordingly. So if you're new to my channel, I recommend you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to break out schemes like this on a weekly basis with different playbooks. And I'm going to try to focus on trying to give you a breakdown with MUT ideology too, because I know that there's huge contingency of Madden players that play MUT only. I'm an online ranked person. I just don't want to get into the nuances of MUT. I just think it makes it more difficult, and then you have to play against people that have actually bought teams to get really highly ranked teams. So once again, I want to thank all my subscribers, and if you like this, go ahead and hit the like button, and until next time.